Cthonian Beserks, stalwart members of the Cthonian mining guilds within the leagues of Votann. Taking up a dual role of fighter and miner, these kins embody a dual role for their leagues. Renowned for their extensive cybernetic enhancements and unwavering valor, these Berserks wield mining implements that also function as instruments of combat. With their mole grenade launchers, they unleash explosive force capable of burrowing through solid rock, mirroring their adeptness in tunneling through asteroid formations laden with coveted ore. In battle, these indomitable warriors spearhead assaults, ruthlessly dismantling enemy strongholds akin to cleaving through mineral-rich asteroids. These intrepid laborers and occasional warriors hailing from the Cthonian mining guilds are the epitome of the heavily augmented kin. These are individuals of unfathomable courage, who have fortified their clone skins with cybernetic enhancements, thereby enhancing their physical prowess. These indomitable souls brave their hazardous environments, from radiation-laden nebula to volatile asteroids and unfathomable ocean depths, in pursuit of valuable minerals. Empowered by the cyberskins coursing through their neural and metabolic systems, courtesy of their implants, the Berserks exhibit unwavering resilience in the face of perilous encounters. Preferring the reliability of robust mining equipment over the advanced STC ranged weaponry favored by their kin counterparts. They wield formidable implements such as heavy plasma axes, concussion mauls, and concussion gauntlets, all tailored for close quarters melee engagements. In the muscular and mechanized grip of a Cthonian Beserk, these tools transcend their original purpose, becoming instruments capable of piercing through formidable armor and alien exoskeletons with the same ease as they shattered solid rock formations. To start, build your sub-assemblies out and prime everything with Abaddon Black. You can do spray or brush, whatever you want. Taking some Steel Legion Drab, we're going to pick out the pants on the miniature. We're going to put 2 coats here, as the first coat's going to go on rather thin and watery. So it's important to let the coat dry before you do the other coat, but 2 coats here of Steel Legion Drab all over the pants. I'm going to use some Straken Green here to pick out the belt, the WWE style belt the Berserkers have, to bring them in line with the rest of my Urani Certa Regulates army. You can use whatever your army color here is. To help finish off the leather, or the top part of the body, sorry, we're going to pick out the leather using some Rhinox hide for the belts. Well, actually just the belt on this miniature. On top of highlighting the belt with Mournfang Brown, I'm also going to be picking out the various belt loops and the little kind of like ridged patches on the knees and thighs there in a Mournfang Brown. To help quickly shade the mini, we're going to just wash everything with Agrax Earthshade. You don't want to get too much that you're clogging up details, but you also do not want to have too little that you're not shifting the color of the browns and the greens. So just do it all over the miniature. Do not worry about the gloss effect that will occur. We will be using a matte varnish in the final steps that will remove that gloss. And with that, we're about halfway done the miniature here. We'll move on to a bit of lore before doing the skin tone and the weapons. Determined in their quest to locate, secure, and extract vital resources for their people, the Cthonian mining guilds exhibit an unparalleled fearlessness, venturing into environments so perilous that even fellow kin would recoil in trepidation. The resolute mindset extends beyond mere physical hazards, encompassing encounters with predatory alien species and adversarial empires alike. To the Chthonian Guild, assets of other civilizations, be it plasma storage facilities, Promethean reserves, or industrial infrastructure, are viewed as no different than natural occurring resources, subject to acquisition through trade or, if necessary, through conflict. While numerous asteroid mines and void harvesting rigs operate independently across League space, a significant majority of kin miners opt for affiliation with the Cthonian Guild for pragmatic reasons. Endowed with robust clone schemes offering benefits such as hyperdense bone structures and heightened radiation tolerance, these miners willingly undergo surgeries to further augment their abilities, boasting reinforced skull plates, advantageous bionics, and artificial organs tailored for survival in extreme environments. Within the guild, a jovial competition ensues among members to ascertain who is the most heavily adapted, with the most resilient earning the monkey air of luggers. The purview of the Chthonians extends far beyond conventional mining practices, encompassing endeavors such as global magna extraction, tectonic delving, and star harvesting. Unfazed by the prospect of conflict, they boldly engage in resource acquisition, even within active war zones, often sparking conflicts with their acquisitive pursuits. In the crucible of battle, the Chthonian mining guilds deploy versatile ships capable of doubling as defensive bastions, supplemented by prefabricated shelters and field generators. Their kin warriors seamlessly integrate with Hearthkin and Hernkin counterparts, assuming roles as sappers, combat engineers, and vanguards. Among their ranks, the Cthonian Beserk stand out as infamous champions, relishing each engagement as an opportunity to assert their prowess and earn the esteemed title of the toughest lugger. To tackle the skin, we're going to start off by using some Rhinox hide and base coat the entire skin area of the miniature, including the head. Make sure you get this in all the nooks and crannies, but like any other pigment, thin it out so we're not losing any detail here. Using some Blood Reaver flesh, we're going to pick out the highlights of the miniature, and once my camera comes back into focus, I can show you how. This is done by picking out the highlighted areas of the skin, typically areas that are going to be illuminated by whatever your chosen light source is. Mine is a global illumination source, so I don't really worry too much about shadows on the left side versus the right side. I just make sure to leave some of the base tones in the crevices of the muscles to really help give it definition. We're going to do this throughout the entire model, including the pecs, the forearms, and the elbows here. If you make a mistake, just use your finger to wipe off any excess that may have gotten in places you didn't want it to. With all the skin highlighted, you're going to get a result that looks like this. We're going to go on to the next tone now to create an even brighter highlight. Using Gothar Brown, you're going to repeat the same process of picking out the higher / more illuminated areas of the skin tones, but you're not going to do it in as large of an area as the previous Blood Reaver. This will give you multiple tones leading into your shaded areas in the skin there, giving us a lot of depth to our skin. Finally, as a quick and easy way to unify our 3 tones used for the skin, I'm just going to give everything an Agrax Earthshade wash. Don't worry about the gloss, that will come down in a later step. Now off screen, I quickly painted up all the metallics using some iron hand steel before giving it a Nuln Oil wash. The haft of the axe was done using some Screamer Pink and Caribou Crimson wash, and then finally I picked out the nipples of the Berserker here with some Rhinax hide. With that done, let's go on to the lore of the weapons before we paint the plasma axe. Concussion gauntlets stand as formidable melee weapons within the arsenal of both the Einhir Hearthguard and the Cthonian Beserks. Forged from ancient technology, these marvels augment the warrior's striking force by increasing the mass of their fist upon impact. The result is a devastating blow, capable of sending even the most formidable adversaries such as hulking orcs tumbling off their feet. Concussion mauls, integral among the leagues of Votann's sturdy mining implements, find utility in the hands of the Cthonian Berserks for mineral extraction. Yet, when the call to battle resounds, these mauls transition seamlessly into formidable weapons wielded by the Berserks to confront and subdue the adversaries of the leagues with utmost efficiency. And finally, within the arsenal of the leagues of Votann lies robust mining equipment, including the formidable heavy plasma axes, wielded by the Cthonian Berserks in their tireless pursuit of precious minerals. Yet, when the call to battle resounds, these axes transition seamlessly from tools of extraction to devastating weapons against the League's adversaries. Speaking of plasma axes, we're going to whip together a really basic plasma effect here, starting off with some Nagath Night to cover the entire blade. Make sure to get the blade edges as well. With that complete, taking some Zeraz Purple, we're going to give a really thick edge highlight, if you want to think about it that way, across the edge of the blade, creating that second tone in the plasma as the purple gets weaker towards the hotter edge. Using some Corax White, we're now going to give another thick edge highlight, not as thick as the last one, to the blade's edge again to create the hot edge, if you will, the cutting edge of the axe here. You're going to want to also paint the flat blade edge and pick out a stripe on the top as well. With that done and dried, give it a wash with some Magos Purple Contrast, and with that dried, give it an edge highlight, a proper edge highlight of White Scar. For the base, I simply use some gold paint before giving it a Reichland Flesh Shade wash, and then throwing some Astro Granite debris on top of that with some dry brushing. With that, we're going to glue the miniature on, and we're going to go to our final reveals. Now, don't forget to give everything a matte or ultra matte varnish to reduce the glossiness. When you actually do build your Cthonian Berserks, make sure to glue the power packs on first, as you'll see those are hard to get together. And don't forget to like and subscribe.